OSHA inspections can occur at any time during normal business hours, and an employer can be legally compelled to allow OSHA to inspect their workplace.
Hi, I'm with the Occupational Safety and Health Administration. I'm here to do an inspection of your work site. Is there a manager or supervisor I can speak to, please?
Certainly. One moment, please.
The Compliance Safety and Health Officer, or COSHO, must present his credentials to whoever's in charge. This includes a photo ID with a serial number.
Hi, my name is Frank Smith. How can I help you?
Hi, Mr. Smith. Joe Reynolds with OSHA. It's nice to meet you. Here are my credentials. And here's a business card for you.
Okay.
I'm here to do an inspection of your workplace.
I'm going to have Mary call your office just to verify.
Absolutely. Actually, that's a very good practice.
The company manager should verify this information by phoning OSHA. Imposter inspectors have been known to show up at the workplace.
I've verified that he works for OSHA.
Thanks, Mary.
The COSHO also determines whether the facility falls under an inspection exemption.
I don't believe your workplace is part of a voluntary compliance program, is it? If it were, you'd be exempt from the inspection.
No, we're not.
Is there somewhere we can talk where I can explain how this process works?
Sure. Let me show you to the conference room. Could you call Dave and tell him OSHA is here and have him meet us in the conference room? Oh, and ask him to bring the OSHA inspection kit with the camera and all.
The opening conference is the first stage of the inspection. In addition to someone from management, an employee representative should also be in attendance to meet with the COSHO.
Hi, I'm Dave. I'm the employee rep.
Hi, Dave. Joe Reynolds with OSHA. Nice to meet you.
At this point, the conference will begin with an explanation by the COSHO of why the site was chosen for inspection, the purpose, and the extent of the inspection.
As you may remember, there was a serious workplace injury here back in February of last year involving an uncharged fire extinguisher. According to our records here, you made the necessary changes, but we wanted to follow up and take a look around and just make sure there are no remaining safety hazards.
The COSHO will also explain some of the standards used in the inspection.
During the inspection, I'm going to primarily focus on the OSHA standards for fire prevention and protection. But you should be aware that I'm also going to look at anything else that might need attention. Any questions?
Sounds good. What do you think, Dave?
I don't have any questions, so I'm ready.
During the walk-around stage, the COSHO inspects the workplace for potentially hazardous conditions and activities, accompanied by the employer and an employee representative. Apparent violations are brought to the attention of the employer and worker representatives.
So far, things are looking good. I see all the extinguishers are serviced and are being inspected regularly as required.
We're also doing more fire drills now. As a matter of fact, we just had a drill this morning. We got everyone not part of the fire control team to a safe area in under a minute.
Hey, that's great. Although it looks like you're missing a fire extinguisher right here.
Huh. Someone must have forgotten to return the extinguisher after the drill. We'll have someone find it right now.
Yes, the sooner the better. Very important that those fire extinguishers be there when someone needs them.
The COSHO will document any violations. He may also take photographs or video and monitor worker exposure to noise, air contaminants, or other substances. He also may interview workers. Management may also take photos of the problem area for reference.
Is there an employee available that I can talk to?
Yeah, let me grab somebody.
Interviews are usually brief and intended to get useful information related to the inspection.
So, Martin, were you involved with the fire drill this morning?
Yeah, I was there.
Do you remember if there was an extinguisher here before the start of the fire drill this morning?
Yes, it was there. I grabbed it and went to the place where they said the fire was. I left it there, but I was going to return it when my shift was done.
You're not in any trouble or anything, but would you mind getting the extinguisher and putting it back when we're done here?
Sure, no problem.
Martin, I'm done here unless you have any questions or anything that you want to add.
No, I'm good.
Thanks, Martin. You can go back to work after you put the fire extinguisher back.
The final stage of the inspection, after the walk-around and any interviews, is the closing conference. At this conference, the COSHO briefs the manager and the employee representative on the conditions observed in the workplace.
Overall, things went real well. Aside from the one issue with the missing a fire extinguisher, I think you guys have a very safe workplace here.
That's good to hear.
The COSHO also cites any apparent violations.
Just know the missing fire extinguisher, that was an issue. And although Martin knew where the missing fire extinguisher was, he didn't feel a sense of urgency to get it back where it belongs. And that's a very important part of training. All employees need to know that the fire extinguishers need to be where they're supposed to be in case you need them in an emergency.
We understand. We can use it as an example in our next training session.
At this point, the COSHO will inform the manager of the company's rights and responsibilities related to the inspection.
Here's a timetable for when we would expect you to have this issue addressed, which is basically making sure that all your employees understand the importance of returning the fire extinguishers. We don't issue citations at this point. If there are any to be issued, they will come in the mail. Do you have any questions?
No, I don't.
Great. I think we're done here then. OSHA wants to make sure workers are protected. Remember, we're here to help.
We understand completely. Worker safety is very important to us as well.